What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Curves and Conversations podcast with none other than your host, Tab. I am so glad to be back. It has been a while. You know how it is when you're doing life and then life just turns around and do you. So I have been extremely busy these last couple of weeks, but nonetheless, I am back and I'm ready to get right into it. Okay. So we are back today with episode 4. And today's topic of discussion is something that, of course, has been on my mind. I've been through personally, know a lot of people that are currently going through it. But also, it's a subject that a lot of people are so uncomfortable with talking about. And I don't know why, because it's just a reality. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Today's topic, episode 4, is the dark side of female friendships, part 1. Now, this topic is a very loaded topic. I didn't want to do a video that was just too long and drawn out, wanted to get right into it. So I'm going to break this up into 2 parts. But this is something that women need to start to get uncomfortable with talking about because it's just a reality. I think a lot of times we get too comfortable and only looking at the positive aspects of everything and ignoring the dark side of shit because for whatever reason that society has told us when you focus on certain negative things that can make you a negative person. In some cases that's true, but I mean, think about it. It's just you wanting to be more self aware of situations and people, you know, that you are letting around you or things that you are entering into. So it's important to discuss it. And especially when it comes to the dynamic of female friendships, I'm going to say in the black community, because I am a black woman, in case you didn't know. So I'm not going to sit up there and say that this is going to turn into a let's bash black women session, but it's just some truths that need to be told and discussed. Don't get me wrong, I know plenty of white women or whomever you want to call them that are in some of the most fakest relationships ever. But hey, nonetheless, that's their problem. So, but from a black woman's perspective, there has been this thing of black female, black girl magic, black girl magic, black girl magic going on. And let's just be real, it's not always magic. I mean, it's nice to see people do well and doing good for themselves, doing good for the community. But when it comes to like friendships, we stand in each other's way a whole lot. And we have so many rules, guidelines, all these damn stupid ass terms and conditions that a lot of women create when it comes to forming friendships. And after all of that, you still don't have any friends, don't know how to maintain, or anyone that is of any kind of decency that come into your life and you basically run them off. So where does all of that get you? But particularly I wanted to discuss certain aspects of the dark side of female friendships, which are the non-existent girl code that everybody keeps going around acting like it exists, but it really doesn't. The jealousy aspect, which is something I know all of us can relate to, and unrealistic expectations. That's the part that's going to get a lot of people because you are either guilty of falling for it, trying to implement it on someone, or maybe you didn't even recognize what was going on. You thought you were really being a good friend to this person, and all the while they were just running you ragged, trying to make you uphold these certain level of expectations that honestly, it's only so much a friend can give. You know what I'm saying? And to the point where it becomes draining. So, the first aspect of this conversation definitely what we're going to discuss is the non-existent girl code. So the reason why I say that girl code amongst women is non-existent, because it is. So if you think about men, for instance, they have a particular code with each other to where, I mean, it's crazy, but it damn near it damn near it can't be broken. They have an understanding where some shit just needs to be left unsaid, and even if you saw some shit, you didn't see any shit. For the ones that get it, will get it. So for women, we have to be so damn hateful and conniving and so ready to tell the next person what we saw. It's just hateful. We could be so hateful towards each other and so unwelcoming and so judgmental. And for black women to act like that with each other, which I know we're not the only ones that do it, but we're not going to constantly keep making disclosures because y'all know what I'm talking about. But for black women to act so hateful towards each other, it's really like, for what, girl? Like, no matter how classy you are, society deems you as the same person. So what are y'all really acting so hateful towards one another for? Meaning, prime example, when I was 16 years old, I had my first job. I was working at this grocery store, and my manager at the time was so fucking hateful, such a nasty, bitter, stank ass woman, okay? And I'm almost hoping that she hears this, because she really truly was. Now, this woman was in her 30s. She was married and had a boyfriend, all kind of just trifling shit. But you so zoomed in and you're so focused on a 16-year-old girl that's coming to work, trying to get her little paycheck and go to hell home. And when I think about my experience going through that, instead of you trying to be a mentor, trying to show me the ropes at work, you were doing any and everything you could to get me fired. Okay. Be low down to me. And not only were you low down to me, you were low down to all the younger girls who were in school, whether it was high school or college, doing something with themselves that you were obviously incapable of doing. Just call the shit out for what it is, y'all. It's really time to start having these honest conversations like this, because this shit goes on a whole lot. And we don't like to talk about it because we are supposed to keep up this melanated magical moments all the time, and sun kissed and brown skin and coils and having a great time. And it's not always that. It's not always that. And I think back to my experience, how how fucking mean this woman was and hateful for no reason. And that's how we do each other at any given stage in our life. It's like when you see a woman that's trying to do something for herself, why is the automatic assumption that you run to is that it's something that's up with her, something that's going on, and she must be fake? No. And this is why it's so many young girls, particularly like how I was growing up. I had my mother. That was my role model. Like, people nowadays, you gotta be careful what you say on Cardi B, Beyonce, and Rihanna internet. But people my age back then, we had maybe family members, our mothers, aunties, cousins, whoever look up to. Y'all have a whole different set of idols nowadays. Y'all just deify any damn body. But when I think about my experience, that would have been a great moment to mentor me, to show me the ropes, to take me underneath your wing, and to be helpful and kind to me, because all you are seeing is someone that's trying to come to work, do what they're supposed to do, and get their little paycheck and have fun in high school. But no, that is so damn threatening to y'all. And this is why so many girls, you wonder why they running ragged throughout the community, is because they don't have any damn mentors. And don't get me wrong, the men ain't doing no better either. See, I'm an equal opportunist. I'm not one of those women that just will fault women for every single damn thing that goes on in the universe. Some of y'all be doing it, and that's what's wrong with you now. You so damn hateful, and you've had messed up relationships with women in your past, and you haven't healed from that and refused to. See, I call it out equal. But right now, I'm focusing on the fact that we really truly get in our own way and we're literally going in the same damn direction, a lot of us. We may have different times that we get there, and sometimes we may venture off path, but really the end goal is that we're trying to get somewhere and trying to better ourselves. But no, we constantly have to get in each other's way and always have to come with these preconceived notions that you're fake, you're weird. If I hear one more person call somebody fake and a damn weirdo, what is a fake and a weirdo to you? Because some of y'all be sitting up here in weird relationships, okay, that you say or do nothing about. And you surround yourself with fake ass bitches just because they're do girls and you do nothing about because you enjoy that. So the first thing y'all want to sit up there and holler is when you get on the internet, girl code, girl code. What girl code? There is no girl code. At this point, you just making it by. There's no girl code. In all the years, even going back to my first job, in all the years, I've never even seen a girl code truly play out. Y'all cannot wait to sit up and go to run and tell the next female something that you heard or seen, or most of it is what you thought you heard or seen, or go run and tell some man to try to think you ruining her opportunity with some man or trying to make some man feel some kind of way about this woman, which that shit don't work either. Newsflash. But seriously, like, what is it in for you to sit up here and try to make someone else's life a living hell? There's no girl code. I don't know, has television ruined y'all into thinking that there's this thing of unwritten rules? There's supposed to be, but be for real. How often do you really see that play out? Not very much. I mean, tell me if I'm wrong. I would love to, explore this more, definitely hop in the comment section and let me know. But I think we focus too much on how we want it to be instead of how the shit really is and knowing how to deal with it for what it really is. We have these fantasies of friendships in our mind, and that's just not reality. People are people. People are gonna do people shit, which is not always nice. And we're not gonna always be nice to each other. And I feel that that is just an unwritten rule in the black community to discuss these kind of issues and why it's so hard for a lot of black women to maintain friendships and build friendships. Well, you have to be honest on what really is going on. And we get social engineering and all of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, if people really wanted to change that, they could have, and they could now. It's just, I feel that we are too far gone to even be trying to have a conversation about changing it because it just is what it is. I always say this: if you haven't experienced this, great, whatever. But at the end of the day, do not downplay when people are expressing themselves and what they are going through in these friendships out here in these different relationships. Just because you didn't either A, see it or want to see it doesn't mean that someone else isn't going through it. That's another thing that we really need to stop doing, and that's invalidating the hell out of each other's feelings. Because I cannot stand women that do that. I can't stand anyone that do that, but especially women that do it to each other. That's ridiculous. We have been through enough and seen enough out here to know that this shit really does exist. We have literally seen or know a woman that is a complete and utter bitch to any woman that crosses her path for no reason at all. Just start being honest about it. The jealousy aspect, let's go into that. For me, if there's one thing that I cannot stand is a jealous hearted person. I can't stand it. There's no need for it. And people used to think so bad back in the day. We were taught that people were jealous of you over your materials, you know, like your clothes and your shoes. No, people will literally be jealous of you just because you're a nice person and they know that they're not a nice person. People care about you, and either people don't give a shit about them or are tired of caring about them. These individuals come around you with low self esteem, very insecure, and trying to dress it up with When in reality, if you remove those layers, you ain't nothing but a shallow ass, conniving, jealous hearted, forever in competition ass woman. And there's a lot of them out there. Please believe it. I can't stand it. You in a friendship with someone, you're trying to help them out and be there for them. And the first thing that they're doing is trying to copy off of you or trying to be in competition of you. Even I used to be friends with this girl back in the day. And she was the kind of person where anytime you had something nice going on for yourself or doing something good, she would always find something negative to say about it because she was so mad that it wasn't her. These people are literally in a fight for your positivity. When they see that you are a person who is positive and have something good going for yourself, they want that. Fuck your materials, fuck your clothes. Anybody can put that on. We are in the spiritual warfare, and it's been going on for quite some time now, and they are after any kind of aspects of positivity that you have. And remember that. People are so quick to think that someone is jealous of them because of what they have. No, it's not always that. They're jealous of who you are as a person. And these people are too damn shallow and too lazy to work on it themselves. They want to turn everybody against you, literally befriend you just to turn people against you. And some people are too naive to realize that, or maybe they don't want to see it in their relationships. But start really thinking about how they interact with you as a friend, how they speak with you. You know what I'm saying? How they approach you. When you have good news, are they there for your good news? When you are having the highest moments in your life, where are they? Start looking around and be like, okay, I'm having all these wonderful things that's happening to me. I'm going through my level up. I'm looking good. I'm feeling good. My health is in good shape. Start looking around for who's there when it's bad and who's there when it's good. Because I can respect you as a friend if you're there for me no matter what. But you need to really start side eyeing these people who ain't never there for you in your moments of triumph. We are too old to be dealing with fruitless ass relationships. It's too dangerous out here to be doing that. And it's a waste of time. Stop having these people around you that are not for you. They are only there to benefit off of you and to steal your shine away from you and to steal your positive spirit. And they're not happy until you become a miserable, self-loathing bitch just like them. Now that's real. And that's a lot of things that people do not like to talk about and discuss. Well, I don't have those problems. Baby, great. Good for you. But think about it long and hard now. Really think about that. Because it's a lot that is going on out here with people. And a lot of times we get so caught up on trying to be the best friend that we can be, and we don't even know who the hell we really have around us to begin with. That's also a thing. Sometimes we get so caught up on trying to be the best person ever to everyone else, and we're not even looking to see who's being good to us. Or we're just accepting the bare minimum. Because let me tell you something about being a black woman. And I don't need the non-black people trying to tell me something that I know that is very true. Being black, and especially being a black woman, the expectations is low. Okay? It should automatically be the bare minimum, and that's it. Anything above that, you are going to be called difficult, a bitch, angry, all of the fucking above. But I am telling you this because I know this to be true 100%. That too many of us have the bare minimum mindset. And it plays out in the people that are around us. Trust me when I say this. I know this for a fact. Y'all really be thinking y'all be out here doing it because y'all have, you know how they used to say back in the day, people were so-called weirdos if they didn't have a lot of friends. I'm starting to really believe that the weirdos are the people who have 20 and 30 so-called friends. You know, when you go on Instagram and you look at these posts of people on vacations and it's like 40 of them on one damn trip. Like, girl, are you serious? What is this? You better believe out of that whole group, it's somebody in that damn group that hates your ass. Extremely jealous of you. I mean, seriously, friendship nowadays is just, you look at it, it's just for aesthetics. I try to tell my younger cousin this all the time because she's very attractive young girl. Okay, got her head on straight, in school, jobs. She got it going on. She is the prime example of the kind of person that people will flock to because aesthetically she looks good. She is a good person, but aesthetically she looks good. She attracts all the guys, and these women will literally come into your space. Now they already jealous of you and they hate you. Now you got to be a certain kind of evil to be around someone you don't like, right? But they already jealous of you. They hate you. They really don't like you at all. They just there to sit up there and to copy you, try to steal your whole identity so they can take it and run off. Or they just hanging around you to get some men. We already know those types. At least you should. Those men obsessed women, they are the most dangerous kind of women to be around because they would do literally any and everything to get a man's attention at your expense. I've been there. I don't know if y'all have. Let me know. But I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt, I've been there. And they were literally, they do anything possible to get the attention of a man off of your back because they know that they can. That's why they all on this new kick of, oh, I want all my friends to be baddie. That baddie culture is nothing but dick hungry individuals. I'm gonna just go ahead and tell you, it is what it is. And another part of the jealousy aspect is that these people, if you really think about it, when you fall out with someone, you ever see some people that fall out with each other and then it's just like they just start talking like mad shit about you, like it's really, really bad. I mean, they go for the gut. All your little secrets that you told them, anything, any discretions that you had, anything about you, it just turns real sour. And that is because they were always an enemy to begin with. These jealous hearted people in these friendships, they are your enemies. They are just enemies that's able to sit up and smile with you on a picture, go out to dinner with you, post on the gram real quick. That's all they were. They were enemies to begin with. Do you know how many people I have fell out with in the past? And it's just like we fell out and it's just like whatever, it's just something that just happened. There's no need for me to go online and bash you, post screenshots and all that kind of. You were a enemy and a snake. And I think some people are so caught up in the wrong things. This is how you letting the snakes into your damn yard. You're not paying attention. You so focused on creating this whole, let me create this black girl magic fantasy. We can do each other low down. And I know no one wants to talk about it or say it, but to me, if you don't want to talk about this and you want to act like this don't exist, you are part of the problem. It just is what it is. We have to start calling this out for what it really is. You are a part of the problem. You see this shit go on with other people, but you in your mind just say, well, I'm just all about black girl magic and that's all what I'm about. No, I'm about reality. Fuck all that other stuff. I'm just being real. It doesn't make me self-hating or I hate black women, I hate myself. That's another thing that y'all really need to start weaponizing people with is self-hating stuff. No. Anytime you call out or make any kind of observation of the black community, it does not mean that you are automatically deemed as a self-hating individual. It just means that you made an observation on something that you know to be true and that you wish that it could change one day. That's literally all it means. It doesn't mean that I hate all of black women. It doesn't mean that I hate myself or I wasn't loved by my mother. It doesn't mean none of that shit. It means that I saw something that needed to be changed. And what's your problem with it? And for it to have gotten you that damn upset like that, that means that I hit the nail on something. Cause a hurt dog always gonna holler, okay? And going back into, while I'm still on the discussion of jealousy, is the do girl culture that comes along with it. Too many times I have been in situations or have met individuals where I'm like, okay, maybe she's cool or whatever like that. But I can't be honest with you. Because part of friendship is being honest, right? So how is it that some of y'all have friends that can't never tell you the damn truth? You mean to tell me if my friend is looking a hot mess, or if you are in this relationship with this guy that you have told me nothing but negative shit about, I can't sit up there and say you deserve better? We have to stop all of this thing of, making it seem like it's like the movies or television. There are literally some people who do not want people to tell them the truth. They enjoy being lied to because it helps them get through whatever the hell that they're going through. So instead of improving and trying to get better or just hearing me out, you want to sit up there and just say that I'm a hater. It's not always that. You want some dude girl around you to tell you that you looking good when you looking a hot ass mess, or to tell you that this man loves you and he care about you and he can change. And we know that's not gonna happen and that's not true. The dude girl culture has always been in full effect, and you know how we always say when there are men that come from a long line of fuck boys, where there are women that come from a long lineage of dude girls. Okay? And it's hasn't changed. They will literally do any and everything just to hang around you, be in your space. Oh, girl, you look good, knowing she look a hot ass mess. Oh, I think he'll change. No, he won't. It's only gonna get worse. But I can't tell you that, because that's not what you want out of this friendship. You want someone that's gonna sit up there and pacify you and tell you stuff to make you feel good. You want that temporary. And I feel strongly about a lot of people entering into these friendships for a temporary gain. That's something that is real. That's something that happens all of the time. And God forbid you ever say it or mention it, because that just means that, oh, then you just must constantly be the problem. I'm pretty sure it's someone that's out there doing it to you now. Like, any given time, this damn friendship. I mean, I believe all relationships without effort and it being reciprocated, that expiration date can be moved up quickly. I don't think that everything is always meant to last forever. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's just a part of reality that I think some people just need to be more honest with themselves about. And I feel that when it comes to the dynamic of Black women in friendships, we don't want to admit when we getting used by other women, because there is this undying, unwavering, notion to constantly keep up this whole Black girl magic fantasy, when in reality, a lot of us are in those kind of friendships now. There is someone around you that, had you had not had this or did that or with this person or invited to these damn events, they will not even be friends with you. And I've seen it play out specifically in social media, and influence with influencers. Like, come on now. Especially like when Black girl luxury started becoming more of a thing. You mean to tell me that in order to have more people invested into you, you have to spend all these ridiculous amounts of money on material things to have people pay more attention to you? Try posting without that and then tell me something. Because I'm almost for certain that if you stop posting that, you'll really see who your real followers are and who's not. It's really, you know, like I said, the conversation, it is one that needs to be had. It needs to be had more often because there are too many women out here that are profiting off of the so-called black girl magic, the dynamic of black women and how it is, in my opinion, it is important to have a group of women around you that are for you, that are with you, and that will go through it with you with the good and the bad and the indifferent, and that can mentor each other. That is important. But how are we going to get to that discussion if we don't have the discussion about the shit that comes along with building these friendships? I mean, it's damn near disingenuous, okay? And it just needs to be had. The conversation, we need to be more honest about it. And the forever victim in the friendship. Let's talk about that person. Have you ever just, and me, you guys, I'm just speaking casually, but have you ever just met a person who everyone did everything to them and they did nothing? How do those kind of people make you feel? I call them the forever victims. Those kind of people, be weary with forming friendships because it's a lot of something that's going on there that you're not aware of, and they know exactly what the problem is, but they're trying to make themselves look as if they have done nothing wrong. Now granted, I have met some people who have been wronged in relationships. That is a thing. But these people, is something about them to the point where it's never their fault. It's always someone else. Oh, I didn't do anything to her. She did it to me. All I tried to do was help them. They didn't accept my help. All I tried to do was this, and all I tried to do was that, and this. Me, 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 me. Stay away from those people. Those people really need to heal, get in therapy, do something with their life a little bit more constructive. But those kind of relationships right there. Black women are very nurturing. Okay, we are. But sometimes we want to be conjoined with people for unhealthy reasons, okay? And then complain about it later that it's becoming draining. No. Stop treating these people like they are science projects because they're not. They're human beings. We all go through shit. We all have our own shit to deal with, right? But really think about who you're attaching yourself in these relationships with, because befriending the wrong person nowadays, it can damn near cost you your life. And I don't know why some women think that that's funny, but it's not, because it is a very, very real thing that's going on. You cannot be friends with just any and everybody just because they say they went through something and you went through something. Be honest about the kind of friend that you are and what you have to offer to a friendship. Because at this point in my life, currently, I would tell people I can listen, I can give you advice when I feel that it is needed, or when you're willing to accept it. But I can't sit up there and say, because of my schedule and my time constraints, I'm going to be able to go out on this day, that day, and that day. But that's honest. That's me knowing what I have to offer in the friendship. Because some people have this undying need to have their friends under them all the time. I don't need to talk to you every day, all day, in our own code language to prove to you that I'm a good friend to you. And that leads me to my next point. Now, this right here, this is going to hit some folks, but it need to. Because I know a lot of people that are guilty of this. But the unrealistic expectations that some of y'all put on your female friends is downright fucking shameful. It is downright criminal. How is it? And I can't stand women like this. You ever see a woman that's with a man? Let's just say this for an example. She's with a man. He ain't shit. He don't do shit. He don't take her nowhere. He don't support her in nothing. Like the relationship is just so non-existent, and she's just sticking around for whatever selfish ass reason she's keeping herself in that relationship. But she turns to you and expect for you to be there, to be present in all forms, to support her no matter what. Come on, y'all know where I'm going with this. She has all the expectation in the world for you, but none for her damn man. Yo, I'm just scratching my head right now because that shit drives me crazy. Don't you dare sit up here and try to put all the responsibility off on what your man refused to do for you on me. And it's not even just the man. It could be also her family. Her family doesn't support her and refuse to support her. Her man don't support her and refuses to. But somehow or another, any and everything is put up on you, and you supposed to take the place of her man and her damn family. That's unfair. And I have been done like that. Oh my God. So many times. So many times. And those kind of friendships are so worthless and so draining to me. Like it's literally, it takes so much, it shouldn't take so much energy out of you to be friends with someone. It shouldn't. That person, if it just, I hate friendships to where it just feels exhausting. Like you talk to her on the phone and you just tired as hell. I'm like, girl, you have a man. Like you on the phone talking to me, and I get some people can be a chatterbox, but you on the phone talking to me like you ain't talked to no damn body in a whole year. I mean, seriously. They just unload and unload and unload on you. And then the next thing you know, your damn friendship going from being a so-called friendship and this black girl melanated moment to this damn checklist. I can't stand that. How dare you put more expectations on the person that's supposed to be your friend than the person that you sleeping with? I just think that that's unfair and it's wrong. And it's just unacceptable to do. And that is a problem that I think a lot of women in general deal with. But it's just like this unwritten rule for black women to just be like, you know what? We don't really like to just out certain things and put certain things out of there because we don't want other people to know what's really going on. But I have been seeing that more and more often. Y'all are so quick to call these women out here weird, but you don't think it's weird that this man don't support you? No, bitch, that's weird. That's weird as hell that he don't support you in any given in nothing that you do. Any endeavor that you come up with, he's never around, but your girlfriends are there. And as soon as one of them do something to jump ship wrong one damn time, you gotta let her go and cut her off. Cause we'll cut each other off in a minute, baby. We'll keep a man around for forever who ain't doing nothing. And we give him chance after chance after chance. We find an excuse because we sleep with him that he is deserving to all of these just endless opportunities to so-called get it right, which he still doesn't end up doing. But for our friends, if they have a moment where they don't show up to a party or any kind of event that you having, or she didn't answer the phone for you at 3 a.m. when you automatically just wanted to talk, then something is wrong. She's not a good friend to you. It's some worthless ass bitch that you have on the outside, that's one of your little outside friends that you telling this to, convincing you so-called it, yeah, girl, she really ain't your friend. Cause she the do girl. Cause she'll do anything and tell you anything to make you feel better. Cause she wants you to not be friends with this person, because there are people that you are friends with. No, that is not your real friend. Don't get this twisted. They're not your real friend to save your life, but they know when you have a good friend. They know when it's a real one that you got on your team, and they will do any and everything they can to convince you that you need to get rid of that bitch, because they don't want her around to see what it is that they're really doing to you. It's unrealistic. Some of the expectations that women have for each other in relationships. It's just, it's too draining to deal with. Cause I don't need to be feeling like I'm dating two people at once. Those those hard girl days for me are over with. I'm married now. And there is a time and a place for everything. And when it's time for husband, I'm gonna give him that and grant him that. And when it's time for my friends, I'm gonna grant my friends that. But it shouldn't be getting to the point where you feeling like you're dating two people at once. But then when it comes to your actual dating life, you don't know what to do. You don't ask for anything. You confused, out here looking all bewildered and crazy, getting cheated on. You giving him chance after chance after chance. But as soon as somebody come up to you with some real shit and say, you know what, girl, let it go. Been there, done that. It's time for you to move on. You better than this. You mad. Oh, you got to get rid of her. Why is that? Does that make any kind of sense to any of you? I know you have seen that. You may have went through it before. I know I have. And I can tell you at 32 years old, well, 32 years young, let me say that. Those kind of friendships and those days for me are over. They're over for me. I can't do it anymore. I can't keep up a charade of me trying to be the best friend that I could be to someone who's honestly not even fucking deserving of it to begin with. And I know some people probably don't like my cousin here. I'm grown, I'm 32, I can do what I want to do. But this is my frustration and just me just being real about the situation. And it's time for y'all to come to the altar and go ahead and confess because you know you either you guilty of it yourself or you've been through it. And the thing is that you get better at that. You don't keep that going up. I can't stand when I look at groups of women that are in their 40s, 50s, and 60s and out here acting like teenagers, jealous of each other, unrealistic expectations, putting up a front that is some kind of girl code and these unwritten rules. That shit don't exist amongst women. Women are too jealous towards each other for that to even come about anyway. And it really is so pathetic, but majority of the time the jealousy is rooted in a man. This huge competition that a lot of y'all are in with each other, and for what? For these men out here that'll date you, your mama, your sister, and your brother? Yeah, I said it because it's true. I mean, get real with yourself. It ain't even that deep out here for you to be acting like that and acting such a fool in these friendships with these people. I mean, y'all tell me what y'all think. The question of the day is, what has been the most difficult part of forming or maintaining friendships for you? For me, it's been the expectations of me needing to be there all the time, every day. I mean, you get older. Now that I'm in my 30s, when you hit your 30s, it's a different kind of busy that you go into. You might get you a job where your job is a little bit more demanding. You may get married or in another serious committed relationship where there are going to be times where you just can't always offer yourself up. You can't always just be at your friend's beck and call and disposable to prove that you're a good friend, because quite honestly, some of the hell that y'all put yourself through to prove that you're a good friend is not even worth it. And I mean, because a friend wouldn't even expect that of you to begin with. You hear what I'm saying? I mean, really start thinking about that and looking at the people that you have in your circles and being more intentional about your friendship. Stop entertaining fruitless endeavors with these people. If you know that this is not going anywhere, why are you doing it for? Just because she cute? Well, she has money, access? I mean, is that really worth it hanging around someone that you don't even like to begin with? In my opinion, I would say no. But hey, we're all different. Some people just have a need to get somewhere and they don't care who they surround themselves with in order to get there. But this is going on into a part two. I'm really on a roll with this, but I really want you guys to come back. Please answer the prompt question down in the comments. I really, really want to know your perspective on that, about what has been the most difficult part of forming or maintaining friendships for you. Like, comment, share this video, and please, please come back for part two. I promise you, you don't want to miss it. Thank you guys for tuning in, and make sure you come back for part two, all right? It's your girl out.